everybody, this is Allie, Alley Cat's cooking videos. Allie here, and also known as Eva the Diva. Tonight I am doing a very rare, in the middle of the week, dinner. My kids had an early release today, so I was able to get some of the craziness taken care of early. Anyway, so I am going to be making something halfway simple. It is spaghetti. Now, just FYI, I do cheat. I cheat a lot, but that's just because I haven't grown my own tomatoes yet. So let's get started. I already have the meat. Let me flip. Okay, I have the meat going here. It's just regular basic Italian sausage. All right, I'm going to add some other seasonings. So I'm going to put some garlic salt in to add some more flavor. I like to really help marinate the sauce and everything together. Here's some basil. That background noise is my son. He's doing his chores. Some oregano. Alright. I use a little bit of rosemary. Very, very little. The reason why I use very little amount of rosemary is because it is so strong. I don't want it to overwhelm everything and just give it a really bad taste. So, just a little bit of rosemary. I can smell it already. It's smelling really good. Okay, I used that one already. Oh, and just a few thyme leaves right here. Okay, just about that much. I also like to put it in, pardon me, my mortar bowl here. And I usually like ground it all up. You can see I still have some remnants from my other times I did something. So that's a possibility as well. I'm just trying to throw everything together quickly for dinner, so that's why I don't have that going. You need to get your homework done. Okay, so I have the meat going. I personally am going to add, I like to add the other stuff in there because I want the seasoning, I want the flavor of the onions and the garlic to really soak into that meat. So I'll go ahead and add that onto here. Okay, that's going. I have not found any really perfect cooking spatulas. I have a contact that we're working on it and seeing if I can put feature some of his products on the YouTube channel for you guys and test them out and so you can see how they will work. And I'm pretty excited. I hope that goes through. So progress. You have to be careful. Make sure you do not over onion your meat. I put 2 things of meat in here. I think it'll be fine. I'm also putting sauce in here to really help with everything, so that's going to be good as well. So right now I'm just going to get it all chopped up. Sorry, it's like looking at this pot not boiling. It's like it needs to have a lid on it. You know that saying, watch pot never boil. Okay. Just chopping this up, getting it all put together, getting that, smelling it, making sure it smells on point. Okay. Whoops. And yes, I am a messy cook. I mean, if I was ever to go to culinary school, they would dock me points because I make a mess everywhere. it's like Master Chef Junior, like on extreme adult edition here, just with how messy I get sometimes. But anyway, so this is cooking. It's mostly broken up. I'll break it up more as it cooks, but this is good. This is good right here. Put a lid on this one. Ooh, too small. There we go. Okay, so Alright, so while we are letting the meat cook and the water for the noodles heat up, oh, let me tell you what I did with the noodles. Let me show you. That water. What I did is I put some olive oil in there, and then I put some of the same seasoning. So, oregano, it's at the top. Oregano, some basil. I did put a little bit of garlic salt in there as well, because you put salt in the water anyway to help the noodles not stick or to get absorbed. I forget exactly which are the reasons. And I did put a touch of rosemary and a touch of thyme in there as well. Into the water. I put it in there. I put it in there because I find that whenever you do, it helps the noodles kind of soak in a flavor that you're wanting to have with the dish, so it helps everything marinate together. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to actually get started on the garlic bread. So let's go ahead and turn the oven on to 475, get it warming up. So there we go. Girls, homework.
I'm done. I'm done. Where's my science? You are. I'm done. So yeah.
I don't know. Let me get some of my son. 450. Okay, I'm going to put that on at 450, folks. Bread, just basic, French bread. I would also, out. I would normally make my own bread, but due to certain constraints, it makes it to where I'm not able to make my own bread right now. I need space. And right now, it looks like I have great space, but I still need a little bit more space. Crazy, right? Okay, so I'm going to take the knife that I use this for the onions whenever I chop them up. I'm going to rinse it off. Dry it off. Well, and while I'm doing that, I'm also going to grab some butter out to help with the garlic. I think that on those professional cooking shows, I think that's somebody actually sitting there doing all that prep work for them. Makes it great. Okay. So here's some other butter that I had from another time. And I'm going to just take and put this butter in as well. And then I'm going to throw it in the microwave with I'm going to put some regular garlic powder in there. If you saw my grilled chicken sandwiches, I did basically the same thing. Yes, I love butter. Yes, I love garlic. It's what I love. It's delicious. Anyway, so I'm going to put this in there, get it warmed up so I can actually spread it on the bread. Right here. So there's probably a teaspoon, maybe a couple teaspoons of garlic powder I put in there. Just warm it up for about 30 seconds. That's probably even too much on its own, but we're gonna go from there. I personally shop at Target. It's not an endorsement, but me personally, I just like Target. Plus, it's convenient for me. I even can get in and out of there. I don't have the long lines. That type of thing. So this was just after, oh my gosh, 30 minus 11 is 19 seconds. I couldn't remember. Oh, crazy. Okay. So I'm going to stir this up, try to make sure that garlic figure out how to get you guys situated properly. Alright, get this meshed together so that will spread evenly. Whenever you're using real butter, it's rock hard. I mean, if it's cool in the house, it's going to stay hard. It's not going to be spreadable at all. And that makes more sense now why margarine was such a big hit whenever I was younger. And I can't believe it's not butter type of thing because it spreads. And quite honestly, until just recently, and I say recently as if it was just a couple months ago, but quite honestly, probably in the last couple of years, we switched from margarine and country crock, and I can't believe it's not butter, to actual just straight real butter. It's something I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back from, just because I enjoy the taste of the butter. I think it makes everything feel creamier, fresher, those types of things. Okay, so here's the bread I'm going to use, and I'm just going to take the knife and I'm going to cut. And yes, this knife is very, very sharp. I haven't done a video about how I sharpen the knife, but it's finally getting to the where I want it to be. And the reason why I'm using a straight edge and not a serrated edge is because I want to get, you see it? Let me see if I can get it all the way open first before I try to talk to you about it. You see how it's smooth, okay? It's like really smooth. It's not crumbly like it is here at the end, and that's just because I've been rubbing the knife instead of slicing with the knife. Okay. But okay. So here's this. What you can also do, and I have done before, is I take some Italian seasonings right here, and I put it on the bread as well. My dogs are not fighting. It's not a dog fight. They are playing. I have a puppy. She loves to play, and whenever the older dog, he's 5, gets into a mood where he'll play, then she just takes him for all that he'll give, and they just go at it. So I apologize. The baby was crying earlier, but she is quiet right now. All right. So I just put it on there nice and thick. Well, I say thick, but this is actually kind of going on a little bit not as thick as I normally would put on there, because I want it to be nice and buttery and soak into that bread and keep the inside nice and soft while the outside is nice and crunchy. So my girls are like, "We want to come cook with you." I'm like, not yet. We'll do a family video soon. We'll find something that everybody wants to make, and we'll make it all together. The holidays are coming up, so maybe, who knows, we'll do something. So, as you know, this had the butter, and this is butter and garlic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little, take some Italian seasonings and just spread it over the top of it. This helps keep it helps pair the bread with the noodles that we're doing, okay? And then you can wrap this in aluminum foil and put it in the oven, or you can just put it on a baking sheet, which is what I'm going to do. Alright, just put it in here like this, and we're going to go ahead and put it in the oven because the pasta water is boiling and the meat is cooking away. I love pasta. It's a passion. I shouldn't say a passion. It's a love of mine. If I could marry it, I would. But I can't because it's just pasta. I'm looking to get a pasta maker, the actual noodle roller, because I'm pretty sure I know what the basis of pasta is. I believe it's just flour, milk, and water. So I want to learn how to make my own pasta, but that is a venture that takes a little bit of time, a little bit of investment, and so I'm waiting to hopefully be able to invest in that sometime soon. So let's turn you around to a steaming pile on the stove. Alright, here's our pasta water. This time I'm going with just regular spaghetti. Personally, I like thin spaghetti or even angel hair, but my son wants fettuccine Alfredo, so I'm going to have to make that sometime soon. I have the creams in the refrigerator. Alright, so since there's 5 of us eating, baby's young enough that it's still eating milk, formula I should say. So I take this, and since my girls are a little younger, and due to certain constraints, I'm going to take this, I'm going to break it in half. There's a couple ways you can do it. There's this way, which is what I'm doing. Really show off those bohemian muscles right there. And this is your pasta spoon. If you ever wondered what that was for, it actually is for pasta. It gets down into the noodles and helps keep them separated. So yes, I am a music fiend. Okay, so I'm just gonna stir this and see how it kind of separates them, brings them apart, says, hey, get away from that one, don't stick. Please don't stick. But I'm just gonna cook one box right now, because basically what I just did was I just took one box and doubled it by breaking them in half. So that way, okay. So I'm gonna cover that back up and go over to our meat. Now, yes, I am using the same spoon. My theory is that I'm cooking with it, so it's going to. There still could be raw meat in here, so I still need to use it to get everything broken up. But it's just everything just a little bit of time, One of my friends, she commented that she wanted Dutch rice, and Dutch rice is it's a family staple. My mother went over to Holland whenever she was 16. Lucky her. I know, I'm so jelly, because she was 16 before she had us, and she could do those things. Anyway, she went over there, and from if I remember the story correctly, she went over with a friend, and her friend's family taught her how to make it, and she came back and incorporated it as best as she could, the American way. So, and I will be doing that sometime. We usually do it for Thanksgiving or Christmas. So, look for some videos around those times, because I will be doing something around that time. But, yeah, but that is definitely going to be one of them. It is there. So, like I said, I cheat. This is Bertolli, olive oil, basil, and garlic. I love this stuff. I love Bertolli. I mean, I've had Prego, ragu. I've had those, and they're good. I mean, if you know you have a certain taste that you're looking for, that's fine. I personally was raised on those, which is again just fine. I have nothing against them, but I like Bertolli. Bertolli's one of my faves. Okay, so that's the sauce. I'm doing fire roasted diced tomatoes right here. Okay. Trying to do it and help them to calm down. I'm gonna put this can in. You can drain the liquid if you like. This time I want it there because I probably need to have gotten another can of sauce while I was at the store today, but I didn't. And yes, you can drain the oil and stuff out from here, but I felt that it was more of the juices from the onions, so I wanted to go ahead and keep that, and it's fine. So. Okay, and then I put in a can of paste, because if you see this, it's the sauce itself is it's runny, and I like it to have a little bit, I like it to be a little thicker, so I put a can of paste in. That's one reason, at least that's what I'm gonna say. But in all actualities, it's also because that's what my mother did. So how many of us cook from what we know from our mothers? And for whatever reason, we don't change it. And my partner's like, why do you put paste in there? It tastes like paste. And I'm like, what do you mean it tastes like paste? I was like, I don't taste it. But she does, and probably because her mom didn't cook with the paste. But my partner also grew up on a farm, so she didn't have, she had a lot of stuff that was fresh and homegrown and things. I did not. We went to the grocery store, we bought our food. With nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Okay. So getting this all stirred up. You want to make sure that paste is not just clumped up in the corner. It's actually part of your sauce. I'm still trying to get some of those bigger chunks broken down, but it's just going to be tonight. So as you can tell, the sauce is now thicker. It actually clings to the spoon. It doesn't just roll right off. That is exactly what I am looking for. Okay, so since I have the sauce in, I'm going to add a bay leaf. And whenever I pick out my bay leaves, I look at them. So like this one, I don't know if you can tell, it has a little bit of discoloration. I might use that for something else. I'm looking for something specific. I'm also checking the smell, see if it's strong enough, This one's good. So I'm gonna put that one in there. No, it did not touch my nose. So I'm gonna get that buried down in there because I want the sauce to start softening up that leaf and really getting that flavor to mix in with the rest of the sauce. And I'm also gonna put some sugar in. I have not decided or figured out exactly how much sugar I put in. But this right here, the Tupperware little partial cup thing anyway. I'm gonna put about that much in. Yeah. That much in. Whenever I cook, it's so much of like a feeling to me. Whenever I cook, like I said, to repeat myself. It's a very big feeling. It's like, am I thinking? It's like, to me, it's almost like a full body experience. I'm thinking, I'm feeling, I'm smelling, I'm trying to remember, trying to create. All those things all into one. That's what I'm doing whenever I cook. So, now let's let that simmer on about medium heat. Check the bread underneath, make sure it's not burned. It is about done. And I'm going to check these noodles. I've gotten better at seeing when the noodles are done. These are just about done. Personally, I looked on them. I've cooked macaroni so many times. The Kraft macaroni and cheese. I've cooked it so many times that I've actually figured out. I can tell just by looking at it. But with the pasta noodles, I'm still testing. And so with this one, it has and this also, don't think you can tell, but it has like a little white speck right down there in the middle. So that's the part that's not done yet. But overall, it is just about there. So since it's just about there, I gotta get the strainer out and put it in the sink. We have a mantra in the house that's like, I cooked and then, whoever, then Vincent usually cleans up and stuff, or he'll at least empty out the dishwasher, and then my partner will put the dishes in and stuff, so. We're gonna get that ready. And some people, they rinse off the pasta, others don't. That's a personal preference. Let me get that bread out before it burns. Alright. So here's that bread. Put it over here on the table. I also do put cheese on it normally. But our daughters don't like cheese. So I don't put the cheese on there. Because I don't want them to be like, I don't like the bread. So, sacrifices. Alright, let's test this again. I think these are done. Yeah, they are. I want them to start to kind of stick to your teeth, but then release whenever you open your mouth. That is my ultimate goal. That to me is al dente. There's also pasta water in here, and there's some pasta water in here that has all those starches in the bottom. Trying to find my measuring cup. Here's one. This is a double header. Alright, so I'm gonna try to get some of that pasta water in there. Don't try this at home, folks. This pan is heavy. Ugh. So this is about a half a cup. And I'm just gonna put part of that in there to try to also help it stick and marinate with that pasta. I want it to be one dish. I don't want it to be sauce flavored with, oops, wrong thing. You didn't see that. You did not see that. That did not happen. Okay. I don't want the sauce to be separate from the meat. From the noodles. I want it to be a uniform dish. I want it to come together and be like, oh, that is spaghetti. It's not red sauce with noodles. So let me rinse this off. Now, I personally do not rinse off my noodles just because it has all those seasonings on there. It has the rosemary, it has the basil, it has all that good stuff in there. So I don't want it rinsed off, but I do want butter in it. So I want the butter to help the noodles keep from sticking to each other. So I can make sure that everybody gets enough. And then I add salt and pepper to this to also help bring out the flavor in my noodles. I think sometimes dishes fail to have really good flavor because they don't have any seasoning on the carb. The carb being the pasta. Pasta being the noodles. Alright. We're about done. We have just about done a complete meal on Facebook Live. Woohoo! So I'm going to stir this up. Try to get that butter melted in. Turn this off. Turn that off. It's very hot. Now plating. Alright. Let me show you the noodles here. Oops. So I'm still working on getting that butter mixed in, but you can see the salt and the pepper plus the other seasonings. It's really, really, really good. And this is also going to help with the sauce, helping to get in there. Slice up some bread. Noodles in the bowl. Here we go. And I'm also going to make, I was also going to do a salad on the side, but I might wait and do that with the fettuccine because my partner does not like a lot of pasta, and I know it does not mesh well with me who loves pasta. Like if I could eat pasta every single day of the week, I would. And sometimes I have, hence the reason why my curvy figure. Isn't it so pretty? Here we go. Garlic, meat. Make sure there's enough of that good sauce in there. That Italian sausage really helps it really makes it pop. So there you go, folks. Spaghetti. Oh, and the bread. And there you go. Perfect deal. Perfect dish. Perfect dish. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please comment, like the post. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to my crazy household here. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, let me know what you think. If you think I need to do something different, if you want, me to do a certain dish, try something. I'm always willing to do it. If you want me to use one of your products in my video, just message me and I will send you my information and you can send it to me and I will feature it and I'll let you know whenever it's happening. So, again, thank you and happy eating to everybody.